So without further ado, the one, the only super affiliate, Cannabis Cowboy, Chris Robinson. Say hello to everybody tuning in from around the globe.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're tuning in from. It's great to have you here. It's great to be with you today. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a presentation on the benefits and what you can expect with Fuel Factor X. But before I do that, I just got to hand it back to Chris Baum, our Global Director of Sales here at My Daily Choice, for always doing an incredible job and for just being who he is and keeping the wheels on the bus here at MDC. So quick background, in 2008, I was a construction company owner. I still am. I had a pretty good sized fuel bill. And if you remember 2008, there's a lot of similarities of what's happening right now. When fuel prices spiked, some inflation was starting to kick in, and I had to go find a solution to the problem. So I did a bunch of research on biodiesels. I did a bunch of research on additives and fuel treatments. And I finally found a product that I got excited enough to try and use. And when I did, I realized some significant benefits, and it really changed the course of the rest of my life, really. But it changed the course of how I looked at fuel and how I seen what kind of benefits there are using our Fuel Factor X product. So I'm going to share my screen right now, and we'll get started on this presentation. Maybe. Here we go. Can you see that okay, Chris Bond? Give me a thumbs up. I can't see you, but
yeah, I got you. It's
awesome.
Clear.
We was having some issues, so I'm glad that's done and over with. All right. So introducing to the world Fuel Factor X. This, again, is a product that I've been fortunate enough to use for about 14 years now. I've used it in my construction companies, in my trucking companies, around the ranch and the farm, and it's just a phenomenal product. And I'm so happy that one of my best friends on the planet, Mr. Josh Swagel, who also had some experience with this product, was smart enough and was intuitive enough to bring this back to the marketplace so that the masses could benefit from the FFX product. So here's what you can expect by using Fuel Factor X. The first thing it's going to do is going to prolong your engine life. I remember when I first got started with this back in 2008, was using it and testing it for myself. My dad was an over-the-road truck driver, and so I sent a bottle with him. He was going from Idaho to Los Angeles, California. I went out and dumped it in his tanks. He drove to California, and when he got there, he called me, and I was looking for him to tell me how much fuel economy he was going to save, and which he was as well. But he called me. He says, "I haven't fueled the truck yet, so I'm not sure what my fuel economy is." He says, "But this is definitely helping my engine, because twice a week for 5 years, I've backed the same truck into the same dock. And for the first time ever, I can see out of my mirrors enough to read the signs on the building. They're not vibrating no more like they used to from that big 475 cat engine vibrating things." He says it smoothed out my engine, and it's lubricating things to where my engine's actually running at a better level than it ever has. And that's why Fuel Factor X is just one of the benefits, is prolonging the engine life. And we'll get into how that all works a little bit later. It'll also enhance your performance. You can expect to see, 5 or 10% more horsepower because of our burn rate modifier in our product. And the big one, and the thing that most people get excited about, is it will improve your fuel economy. I've noticed anywhere from 10 to 15, in some cases 18% over the years, and all the stuff I've put it in and the stuff I've personally used. And what a blessing it is to be able to save money on fuel, especially right now. I mean, fuel prices, I would classify it as a crisis at this point. They're $6 someplace. I actually live in Idaho. Diesel's $5. It was about as cheap as you can get it anywhere in the world. But we have a product that can go across the globe. As you were looking at the chat when people were coming on, there was people, I counted at least 20 different countries tuning in. And we have a product that can help people all over the world, and fuel prices just get more expensive, it seems like, as you travel around the globe. So, and then this is a big one as well, reduces emissions. I mean, for years, we've been aware that, carbon gases are a problem, that climate change could be happening or is happening. And everybody's aware that we would like to do something about it, but not many people are willing to spend money to do something about it. Now, through using FFX, you can reduce your emissions by up to a third just by using our product and saving money while you do it. So now you can go green and get paid to do it through the fuel savings in FFX. So just think about this for a minute. Reduces emissions up to a third. If everybody in the world put this in their tank right now, tonight, and tomorrow, we cut all carbon emissions from vehicles by a third, how incredible would that be? And that's exactly what we can do with Fuel Factor X. So it's a very green product as well. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about fuel additives versus fuel treatments, because this is what sets us apart, is we're an all-in-one solution. You know, there's a lot of products out there that will boost your octane. There's a lot of products out there that boost your cetane. There's products that will help you, stabilize your fuel so it lasts longer. There's products that will help you lubricate your engines, but there really isn't any that I've found that's an all-in-one solution. That's what makes us a fuel treatment and not a fuel additive. And fuel treatments, this fuel treatment is where you can get the all-in-one solution. So not only are you saving money on your fuel, saving money on maintenance, saving money on so many other things, and keeping your car lasting longer, which is, that's pretty valid right now. I don't know how many of you tried to go out and buy a new car recently or even a used one. The new ones are 30% over MSRP, and the used ones are more expensive than that, which is just crazy. So taking care of your car, it's never been a more important time than now to do that. And, people's cars, for most people, it's their second largest investment that they'll ever have next to their homes. So you might as well take care of it and save some money while you're doing it. Now, we get asked this. This is probably the question I get the most all the time. What does it work in? Will it work in this? Will it work in that? Here's your answer. It's yes. It works in cars, trucks, motorcycles, generators, tractors, ATVs, over-the-road semis, farming equipment. If it burns fuel, gas or diesel, it will work in it. Even home heating oils or even kerosene. I said at the first, I have a construction company, and here in Idaho, in the winter times, it gets really cold. So we have to heat homes before they're completed and the furnaces are in, and we use kerosene heaters or diesel heaters, little turbo heaters that will heat up the home so the drywallers can get their stuff done and whatever. If you put FFX into that fuel, it will last longer. The tank of fuel lasts longer. What I also noticed is it won't run you out of the house. And those of you that use these jet heaters, you've seen how much emissions come out of those. Actually, your eyes will start watering if you don't open windows from the fumes. And by using this product, it takes care of all the fumes because it's burning the fuel more efficiently instead of wasting it. So you can actually work in it. And I just share that with you to impress upon you that, yes, it will work in it. It'll work in any combustible fuel, any combustible engine, because it's chemistry and science. It's not an additive. And again, that's where the fuel treatment is so important. So in order to get the same benefits that you get from using just a quarter of an ounce, if you look at this bottle, there's that little bulb on top. There's a quarter of an ounce sitting in that little bulb right there. That treats 20 gallons of fuel. And it does all the things that I've been talking about. In order to do the same, you would have to go into an automotive or parts store. You'd have to purchase 7 or 8 products like you see in this picture, spend $80 or $90, combine them all into your tank to achieve what just a few dollars and a quarter of an ounce of FFX will do. This right here is what really sets us apart and makes us the most effective fuel formulation on the planet, in my opinion, and everything I've used to achieve the results that we're looking to achieve through using fuel treatments. So there's a good visual for you right there. A lot of product to do what a little bit of ours does. And here's why that is. Organometallic compound is really the main formula of our product of Fuel Factor X. And it's actually chemistry and science. As a matter of fact, in 1973, the 2 gentlemen that invented organometallic compound actually won the Nobel Prize for doing so. And they did it because it worked, right? It actually works. And it's been used for so long in the mining industries. It's been used in the trucking industries and industrial industries and has done a lot to save people a ton of money on fuel. And what I learned through my meeting people and being involved with this product for so long and people that's used it for decades is they've actually noticed in the mining world that they save more money based on the fact that their top ends of their engines are lasting longer through the lubricants in the fuel which is pretty big because they're saving, 13 or 14% on fuel, but they're cutting costs on longevity of their engines and the rebuilds and the remans as well. So the lubricating factor is a big one. There's detergents that keeps your engine running good. There's polymerization retardants that actually help, sludge and build up from forming in your tank, whether it's a tank on your car or if it's a storage tank at the farm or a storage tank at the trucking company or just whatever storage tank you have, your lawnmower for the winter, whatever the case may be. The polymerization retardants and the rust and corrosion inhibitors help keep that fuel lasting good for a long time, along with a fuel stabilizer that will keep fuel great for years and years, and you don't have to worry about it going bad, as well as the emulsifier, which will remove the water from your fuel. So whether you're storing fuel, using fuel, this product needs to be in it. Now, here's what you're going to see as a result of using FFX. In most cases, one of four things will happen. You'll see an instant fuel economy improvement. You'll get to that, 10 to 15%. It'll level off and that's what happens a lot of the time. You'll also see an up and then a down, and then you'll go back up and achieve the results. Or you may see nothing for a little while and you'll see it go up, or you may actually even see a dip and then you'll see your fuel economy increase. And I'm going to explain why and how that is, because a lot of people, they'll call with these questions going, is this normal? Is this normal? And the answer is yes. So most of the time, people just see an instant improvement in their fuel economy. Some of the times you'll actually see no noticeable difference, and then you'll see your fuel economy rise and you'll get to the optimum level that you was hoping for. And there's a lot of factors that come into play there, but a lot of it's, horsepower usage, your engine getting cleaned out, the different loads you might be using and things like that versus your baseline compared to where your testing phase is. So just know that it might take a little bit of time, and we'll actually coach you how to get your first few tanks going and what you should do there. You'll also see a dip, and the dip in fuel economy comes from you've ran bad gas, you've ran bad diesel, you got some sludge or buildup in your engine. There's a lot of miles on it. We got to clean that out real good, and then you'll see the optimum result. So if you actually lose a little fuel economy, don't panic. Just keep using it, and you'll get to the end result. Or you'll actually see instant increase and go back down and go back up. And again, that's just depending on how your computer's reading the burn rate of your fuel, how dirty your engine was, and how much cleaning's happening. So I just wanted to share this with everybody so they understood this is normal. And at the end of the day, as long as you give it the full 7 tank challenge, you'll see that optimum result. And in that last graph, you've seen everybody ended at the same place. And so it's important to give it time.